We are off in the first quarter here, and we apologize that we do not have a mic. We were just talking so much with no audio. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Yeah, we got one person watching right now, but we're just gonna go over everything we just talked about again. And basically, so we got an exciting matchup. We're getting started off here as Somers takes on Y, and the audio was off. But anyway, the defending champions take on they're taking on each other for the second year in a row, and they've taken on each other in this game before. Somers won this game last year, 35 to 21. The mic messed me up there. But anyway, we got an exciting game for you tonight. So we're out there now. The game is just starting up here. It's the second play here as the Garnets line up. A few players to look out for on Somers. We've got Dean Palazzolo. We've got Tristan Iglesias, Cameron Violante, Jackson Whipple, Nate Mitchell, as Miller back out to throw for the Garnets. Goes on up, and it's going to be incomplete. Somers' defense there with the pressure makes it an incomplete pass. And with 11:09 left, a minute into this one, it's going to be third down now here for the Garnets. As players to look out for on the Garnets, we got Karsten Miller, we got Henry Shoemaker, some big players to look out for.
Wait, try to move the mouse a little bit because it's like you see the thing that says pause.
But we're here, and it's going to be a good game here. As Kevin, you want to take it away?
Yeah, both teams looking to move on in this game, and it's gonna be a lot. I think this is gonna be a defensive heavy game maybe to start out, but I think we could see fireworks come that second half. But let's see what we'll see here from Rye, as it is gonna be third down. Oh no, it's actually gonna be first down for Rye. Excuse me. And their quarterback is gonna drop back with time, has a lot of time. He's going to move out to the left, looks downfield, and he's going to take off with his legs, and he's going to get sacked behind the line by number 19. That is Brett Kennedy with the sack.
Brett Kennedy, what a great player he has been for the Tuskers, especially in lacrosse as well. Solid player on that defense as well. And, he's been so good going back to last season for this Tuskers squad.
Yeah, Brett Kennedy coming up with the stop, and it was third down. I was right. It looked like it said first down. But third down, and they punt, and it's going to be Somers' ball. What a defensive stop. 3 and out. The Somers defense is coming to play, it looks like.
Yeah, but what a great start for the Tuskers. That's exactly what they needed, and their defense really has stepped it up. Their defense lost so many great players from a year ago. Their defense was filled with seniors, and so many great juniors have stepped up, of course. And that's really has helped their defense and Somers thrive, and a big reason why they have won 8 games straight. But out comes now their offense. We've got their line, and important players on their line. We've got Jerome Faulkner, R.J. Peterson have been huge on the line, especially this season. Ben Harris, and I think there were a few others as well that went off to college, but they have been huge for the line, allowing Tristan Iglesias, Dean Palazzolo, and that offense Tristan Iglesias to take his time. That has led to a lot of RPOs, how great Somers' line has been, but a lot of their line did stay as well. So it's going to be a handoff to Nate Mitchell there, and Nate Mitchell is going to be stuffed, but he's still up, and he's going to now be down. But a great one there by Mitchell.
Yeah, Nate Mitchell getting the handoff to start the drive for the Somers. We just look at the replay here. It's going to be a quick handoff, and Miller is just going to keep his legs moving, and he's going to end up picking up a good 5 yards, maybe even 6 or 7 yards.
As let's add it onto the counter. As it's going to be first down with that. What a great one by Nate Mitchell. Nate Mitchell has improved so much as the RB this season. Of course, a year ago, he was out all season with an injury. It's going to be a handoff to Mitchell again. Iglesias hands it off as he's going to run, and yeah, it looks like he's going to fight and get that first down there. He may have been a little short, but yeah, they're going to move the marker as that's going to be a first down.
Yeah, first down for the Somers, already in good field position. I'm not too sure about what's his name? What's their kicker's name?
Gavin Kelly.
Gavin Kelly. How far can he kick? Is this field goal range?
Yeah, he kicked I believe it was a 40-yarder, or it may have been 50. It was it was a 40-yarder back in the Syracuse Dome, which was really impressive for a high school kicker. But now back out there, 9-10 left. Iglesias, the ball goes right out to Mitchell. As Mitchell's he's gonna be forced down, but able to gain a few yards there. What a one by Nate Mitchell to get through the wide defense there. Great job by the O-line to help him get through. And let's see, I believe that's Dean Palazzolo in as the running back. Hard to see from here, but yeah, they're gonna swap Mitchell out for Dean Palazzolo there. The wide receiver, I was talking about him a little bit before that the mic wasn't working, so I'll talk about him a little bit again. Yeah, he is amazing. He's going to college, Division I. Yeah, he's going to be in the NFL someday. He has so much talent at that wide receiver position. As Somers continues to move down the field here, moving for Palazzolo, now back in as the RB, as it's going to be a fake to Palazzolo. Iglesias keeps it there, RPO, and he's going to run, but not able to get the first down there.
Yeah, Iglesias keeps it for himself. The Somers are gonna need to get this first down here, and like Ben was saying, their kicker is pretty solid, but this is a game that is outdoors. You know, the kicking conditions are not too clear for him, so they need this first down. They want to start out hot. Rye's going to be a tough team to beat, even though they've had their number for some years now. This is a different Rye team, and they have to come and show up, and this comes down to what this play comes to. And Iglesias is going to keep it himself again, and he's going to come up short of the first down maybe. Let's see where they spot the ball. Will they give it to him? I think they do. It is going to be a first down for the Somers.
Yeah,
Tuskers.
Fake handoff to Mitchell and Iglesias. Again, the RPO. The RPOs have been something. I met with Coach Mario before every game last season, and he always talked about how RPOs are important for this offense. We're already seeing it early. Yeah, that if you don't know what that is, that's a choice to hand it off, keep the ball, or throw the ball, and yeah, those choices for the quarterback has been to give the quarterback very important. We got Jackson Whipple out as the deep receiver there, as Iglesias back out to throw. He's going to find that's Brett Kennedy. Brett Kennedy in his offense as he's going to take it in. Touchdown Tuskers as Brett Kennedy will take it all the way.
What a start for Brett Kennedy as he had the sack on the first drive for the Rye
Garnets.
The Rye Garnets, and now he has the touchdown.
Yeah, Brett Kennedy, you do forget, he's such a star in the defense. He's also been solid as the Tuskers tight end to get some key plays. However, a big touchdown offense, and the Tuskers are rolling here as they are looking to go 7-0. Gavin Kelly, pretty good kicker. Hasn't been perfect, but makes most of his kicks as he is going up for the extra point. He's a senior at Somers High School. So the kick is up. Did that go in?
It is.
It looked like yes. So it's going to be a 7-0 game here for the Tuskers. That's how the Tuskers wanted to start off. Yeah, Iglesias to Kennedy, how he was able to stay in bounds. That was impressive, especially in the high school level. And Brett Kennedy takes it in. Your Tuskers lead 7-0 early in this one.
Yeah, what a start to this game for the Tuskers. They started that drive. They forced a 3-and-out, and that came with a sack from that.
That was Brett Kennedy.
Brett Kennedy. He had the sack to end that drive, and then on the offensive side of the ball, he goes down and he gets a big touchdown for the Tuskers. He's done it himself in this game so far through the first two drives. He's probably the best player that we've seen for the Tuskers.
Yeah, but Tuskers now going to kick it back off. They'll be giving the Garnets back. And yeah, these Tuskers are looking much better right now than they did in that first game against the Garnets. Already putting a touchdown up on the board. So gonna kick it off. Gavin Kelly kicking it away. And what's key in this matchup? When these two teams took on each other last year, the offensive line, very key. We're already seeing in this game how key the offensive line is today. That's according to Coach Matteo a year ago for this game. And yeah, this offensive line key once again today as this offensive line has been big for the Toscos throughout and just giving Iglesias time. But Gavin Kelly kicks it away, and the Garnets are going to come on back out. Currently 7-0 Toscos here. As, Toscos, after losing the first 2 games of the season, last game they lost was against the Garnets. They have won 8 straight, and that has to do a lot with this O-line. This has to do a lot with this defense. This team has really showed up. They haven't had as many dominant performances as last year. Of course, that game against Lakeland, though, was dominant, but it's Lakeland. But pretty good game. Lakeland was doing better this year too. So this Tusker squad playing pretty good here. It's going to be a handoff there to their RB. See who is in as RB in the second. And it looks like that is going to be, as it gets up, number 12. It's going to be number 12 of Charlie Garrett there. Or it may be the freshman Johnny Shoemaker. But it's probably Charlie Garrett, as he's a senior there, as he gets on up, and he is the running back as well. So Charlie Garrett gets the one there. So Garrett in as the running back here, as we're going to line back up. Looks like we got Shoemaker in there as a wide receiver as he comes around. Now coming on the inside, moving back out. We've got 2 other wide receivers in there as well. Number 7 of Brady out there as well. It's going to be Miller. Hands it off. And that is going to be to, I believe that was Brady as there. Brady is going to get on up after that one. That one goes nowhere. It's going to make it
third down.
Yeah.
Third down coming up for the Garnets. They had a 3-and-out on the first drive. This is not how they want to start the game if they want to win this game. They are the favorites in this one. Is this getting to them maybe? Maybe they think, they had Somers easily beat. They beat them in the regular season, but this is the postseason. This is where the Somers show the team that they are. Can they get a stop here to make it a 3-and-out?
Miller throws it up wide. It's going to be caught.
It's going to be
incomplete. He threw that to Shoemaker, and a great throw there, but Shoemaker not able to hold on. Take a look at that again.
Hit the ground.
Miller. It hit the ground. Let's take a look at this replay. Didn't see it hit the ground there, but Miller actually, Shoemaker did have that, but he wasn't able to hold on. As that's not going to be it, and that is going to make it
another 3-and-out for the Garnets. That's what the Somers want to do. The Somers defense has been stepping up in this playoffs, and can this defense carry on?
As Palazzolo is going to be smacked by the defense there, not allowing him to go anywhere. Palazzolo on the kickoff return, he has been so good. So many kickoff returns. I've called so many of his kickoff returns. He hasn't had as many this season, but last season he had so many, and especially that Harrison one in the first game I called. That was one of the first big calls I made, which was pretty cool, but they're not going to allow him to get any movement, any type of return there for a touchdown, especially for a touchdown, and Tuska's going to be starting back around 35.
With less than half of the quarter remaining in this first quarter of the championship game. Can the Somers pull ahead and make this a 2-score game? Let's see what they do.
Line him back out now. It's going to be a handoff to Mitchell there as he'll be stuffed, not able to go. Anyways, he's able to stop him there.
And Ben, what has Rye's toughest matchup been throughout the season in your opinion? What team played them the toughest?
Rye has dominated every game. You gotta say Somers, because even though they won by 10, it was still all the rest of the games. Harrison, probably their second best matchup. It was a 49-21 win. But actually no, I'm gonna tell you. Eastchester last week, it was at one point it was 14-7. Eastchester was playing them tough, I believe they were down 22-21 against Eastchester. It's going to be a handoff to Dean Palazzolo. Dean Palazzolo in as he's going to be able to go do the out route to get the first down there. But yeah.
Going to move the chains.
Yeah.
First down, Tuskers.
Eastchester played them tough. It was 22-21 Eastchester at one point, but the Garnets were able to pull away at the end. And Eastchester, they're a wild card team. Like that should have been a blowout. But somehow Eastchester played them tough and almost pulled out the upset till that fourth quarter. But the Garnets were able to get it done.
Yeah, Rye needs to get a stop here. If the Tuskers can pull away and make this a 2-score game, we could see them maybe running away with this one.
It's going to be a one there as it'll be down. Going to be a couple yards.
Yeah, Somers just so experienced in this game, especially this coach for the Tuskers. He knows what it's like to play in this game. And what are some of the teams that the Tuskers have played in this championship game over the years?
Why usually? Think back, they played Harrison a few times, but whoever they've played, they've always been able to succeed in that game, and they usually play the same teams. Yeah, they played Ryan 21-22, 24-25. Forget who they played in 23. I'm pretty sure it was Harrison though.
We have a flag out on the field. It might be a false start for the Tuskers. That's going to back them up 5 yards. It's not what they want when they have a good drive going. But the Tuskers are going to get backed up. That's going to be 1st and 15, I believe.
Yeah, but let's talk about some offensive plays we may see Tuskers design against this Rise squad, and we expect to see some RPOs, and then those are going to be big for tonight. We're already seeing a ton of those, not as much going deep as according to Matteo last year, Rise is always known for great passing defense, and then I believe that's what he said, as they're going to pressure. That's going to be Nate Mitchell pressured there and taken back, pushing them back some. But taking a look at Somers' defense. Yeah, plays to expect from Rise defense. So you're gonna expect to see some aggressive man and blitzing in this one. But as Tuskers line back up now.
That 3rd down coming up for the Tuskers. It's going to be 3rd and long here, maybe 3rd and 15. Can they get this first down?
Glacius throws it up high,
and it's going to be caught.
What a catch!
No,
I think he
out of bounds.
Yeah, it looked like he kept his feet in from the TV, but they don't have multiple angles in high school football. So let's just take a look at this again.
So he had it.
He has one. I think he may have had that. It looks like he may have had that, but there's probably other angles that said otherwise. But what a catch by Gavin Kelly there. The kicker has been in as wide receiver this year, and he's been solid. He's been solid as wide receiver. Gotten a few touchdowns this year as well.
Yeah, it's going to be a punt for the Tuskers. Their defense has come up with 2 3-and-outs for this quarter, and that's going to be a great punt for the Tuskers. That's going to back up the Garnets. It's going to be a long drive for them to get some points.
And out will come the Garnets after that first drive, letting Tuskers get a touchdown. The Garnets able to hold them off there, and let's see what the Garnets have up their sleeves here.
The Garnets have started out slow here tonight. Their offense needs to find something, as this is not like them. They have been the best team this year in their conference, and they've started out very, very slow. Let's see if Shoemaker can get involved here in the offense.
Yep. So lining back up now. That's going to be Miller and the Garnets offense. Miller back out to throw. Woolen goes up. It's going to find Shoemaker there as he's going to be taken down. And you got it, Kevin. Shoemaker gets the first down there.
Yeah, Henry Shoemaker with the first down, and that's going to be the Garnets' first down of the game, coming at the end of the the first quarter. And yeah, this is what they want. They need to get something going. They need to get this momentum moving forward. And that's how they do it. They go to one of their best players, and Shoemaker, and he gets them the first down.
but now the guards line back up now. 1:38 left in this first quarter. So now Miller back out from behind, goes back and throw. That's gonna be incomplete there. Shoemaker is not able to hold on. Though Shoemaker may think he got it. They may be saying he got it. Somers thinks he didn't get it. But yeah, let's take a look at the sweep play. Honestly, hard to tell what happened there with this TV view, but yeah, we got with it. Miller out finds Shoemaker there. I think that may be a catch though. It looked like he did drop it.
I don't think that was a catch.
Yeah, but I believe they're gonna give them that first down. So they give that the first down there.
They give the Garnets the first down. That's their back-to-back first downs. But Miller is going to get sacked again. That's the second one of the day for the Somers. The Tuskers are going to come up with their second sack of the day. That's number 89. Chris Decker with the sack, the senior.
Yeah, how about Chris Decker there? And yeah, what a play by him, stepping up. Looks like he has stepped up a bit on this Tuskers defense. Also, he's a top player on the Tuskers Varsity basketball team. I actually know him pretty well. He's a good kid. As here, he's able to get that sack.
Yeah, Decker backing up the Rye Garnets, and it's going to be a long first down if they want it.
Let's see what the refs have to say here as they're going to call this.
12 seconds remaining in the quarter. It's going to be a timeout taken by the Rye Garnets.
So that's going to be the first timeout for the Garnets here as we got 12 seconds left in this quarter. Going by fast as yeah, we got a good one, but I want to thank everyone tuning in right now. Also, make sure to check out the broadcasting club's call of this game. Obviously, they're getting a bit more than viewers than us, and fortunately, we cannot show the game because Sport Engine has the rights. So, you got to pay $20 to be able to watch it. We're trying to gift you with some commentary. We paid $20 for all of you, but if you get Sport Engine, open it up on another tab, and then you can mute Sport Engine and still listen to us on YouTube. Listen to our commentary. You do the same thing with the Sports Broadcasting Club, whoever you want to listen to there. But yeah, it's gonna be first as 12 seconds left in the first quarter. And it's gonna be second down for the Garnets here.
Yeah, it's going to be second down and long for the Garnets as this quarter comes to an end almost. It's been all Somers so far, even though we've only seen 2 drives from the Somers. This is now Rye's third drive. Somers lead. But the quarterback, Miller, is going to drop back with pressure in his face. He's going to use his legs, and he's going to pick up some yards there. It's not going to be a first down, but it's going to make it third and manageable right there for the Garnets. Can they end up picking this first down up? We'll find out in the second quarter. And that's going to do it for the first quarter of this championship game. It's been all Somers, 7-0. It's been a competitive one, but yeah, Somers to have the lead.
Yeah, and as 7-0, that's going to do it for the first quarter. What a great start for the Tuskers here as, yeah, Kevin, what are your thoughts about how Somers played in this first quarter?
Somers they had a really good opening drive. I like how they were able to get some stops there defensively. They had 2 sacks, one made by Chris Decker, and the other one made by Brett Kennedy, who also had the receiving touchdown for the Somers here tonight.
Great plays. And Brett Kennedy, he's been, I guess, the top player for Somers so far. A big reason why they're up 7-0, stopping Garnets on that first drive and then getting that big touchdown. Yeah. What about Brett Kennedy? Already going to college next year for lacrosse. He's already committed. I honestly forget where, but yeah, he's solid on the lacrosse field as well. So many of these Tuskers on this football squad also amazing lacrosse players, and yeah, this Tuskers lacrosse team top 25 in the state. Another state championship game I got a pleasure to call, in addition to last year's state championship game where the Tuskers won. As it's going to be Carson Miller who throws, and it's going to be caught. Throws it straight ahead to find that's number
Sebastian
one.
Lewis with the reception, and that's going to be a first down for the Rye Gardnets. That was 3rd and long. And number 1, Sebastian Lewis, the senior, is going to pick up the first down, and the Rye Garnets are in scoring position as they have kept this drive moving. What a way to start out the second quarter for them.
Yeah, Luca Gambardella on the cover, but what a catch by Sebastian Lewis there. And that is what the Garnets needed so bad, as now Miller back out to throw, trying to escape as the Tuskers give them pressure there, and that is Jerron Faulkner, but we got a flag out. Who else? Jerron Faulkner on the defense as well. Now, looks like, and he's been so great for the Tuskers on that line, and he really stepped up last year, but we got a flag out.
Yeah, as we wait for the call, how about the Somers defensive line? They have been getting to Miller here tonight, and that's Chris Decker, and that's number.
That's Jerron Faulkner, 54. Yeah. He actually didn't do much.
That was Chris Decker again. Yeah, that's just going to be his second sack of the day.
Yeah, I was giving Faulkner credit there, but that was Decker there. What a play by him. But anyway, Garnets are gonna get moved up here, as score is currently 7-0. But that's gonna move up the Garnets a ton here, as that gives them a big first down, and that sack will not mean anything as Garnets are set up in prime position now. Let's see what they got. For the Somers defense, they have been solid, and noticed a lot of their games have been more low scoring than last year, as their defense really has stepped up this season as the year has gone on as well. After that Iona Prep ugly loss in week 1. This team, especially this defense, has turned it up. And that Y game pie just backlash of that was just buffed out the Tuskers.
Gonna keep it, and he's gonna be met again by Chris Decker. What a day for Chris Decker already. He has 2 sacks. One of them didn't count, and then he has a tackle behind the line. It's going to be a tackle for loss for Chris Decker again. What a day for Chris Decker.
How about Chris Decker there, stepping up once again, as he's been big right now on this Tuskers defense, as that is going to make it a 3rd down and 8 to go now. As Garnet's line back up, got Miller, Shoemaker out there as the wide receiver out to the right, as gonna be Miller. Fake handoff, back out to throw, throws it again. Bit more throwing here as Miller's gonna keep it, RPOs it, and will go out of bounds. And looks like it's gonna be a 4th down, as he's not able to get enough Miller. So he can't find open receiver there. Finds the opening on the side, tries to run for it, keeps it, and he'll gain a few. But it's going to be at the spot. It would be about are they going for it, I believe? I don't know. But it would be around the 40, so we may be looking at like a 50-yard field goal. But it looks like Miller is going to stay out on the field.
And the Rye Garnets looking to be aggressive in this one. Only looks like they need about 4 yards to get the first down, and it's a low snap. Miller with time goes deep,
and he's gonna throw to no one there, as that will be incomplete, and your Tuskers able to turn them over on downs.
Yeah, turnover on downs. Miller, I don't know what he saw, but he intends to go deep, and there's just no one there, nothing but Tuskers there, and that's gonna be a turnover on downs. And Somers was pretty solid field position. They're going to be starting about at the 38-yard line. It's going to be somewhat manageable if they want to score.
Yeah, for sure, but just putting the volume up there. But out comes the Tuskers once again here, as it's going to be 2nd down now for. Yes, in second quarter, first down for the Tuskers. It's going to be a handoff now to Dean Palazzolo. Palazzolo taking it as he's going to be pushed out around the 40.
Yeah, it's going to be a handoff to Palazzolo. He has already committed to a D1 school. You could just see his electric rushing ability as he's able to get out towards the edge and try to get away and make a play. But that's a great stop by the Rye Garnet defense right there.
Just checking up the volume there as we're having some issues with audio currently, but tend to be fixed right now as gonna be fake handoff as Iglesias is gonna find that is gonna be Jackson Whipple there to squeeze in, and I believe that's a first down.
Yeah, the refs are gonna mark it as a first down, and you can see that this team is starting to get going.
Just checking the volume there, we're good, but yeah, that's going to be a first down there as, yeah, and the current score is currently, 7-0 if you're just turning in, 9:48 left in this second quarter. So again, look at that last play, fake handoff as Iglesias able to find Jackson Whipple, just past the 50-yard line, able to get open, great route. As Whipple runs in, Iglesias goes right to him there.
Yeah, great pass. It was easy slant route for them to run right there. But it's a fresh set of downs for the for the Tuskers, sorry. And it's going to be Iglesias who keeps it. It's going to be far out in front of him, and it's going to be
taken with the interception by the quarterback. That's Karsten Miller. That is not what the Tuskers wanted there as Karsten Miller gets the interception. Let's take a look. Iglesias throws it, and he threw it. That was, I believe that was, gotta get you a number there. That was to Gavin Kelly, but Miller able to squeeze on front and takes it for the interception.
Yeah, Iglesias comes up with the interception, and he's a quarterback.
As it's currently the second quarter here with 9:22 left in this one. As the Garnets are going to line back up now. It's going to be here in the second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Garnets. After that interception, Garnets have another chance as here comes Miller, tries to escape, but that Tuskers defense pressuring him there. And the defense trying to stop him there, not able to go anywhere as he'll be down. As it's going to be second down and about 10 and a half now maybe after that stop.
Yeah, the Somers defense has came to play. They have shut out the Garnets here in this one. It's been a low-scoring game. And the Garnets, their quarterback, came up with the interception, and now he is trying to score and make a play for his team again. But Miller going to step back with time. Lots of time for Miller. Miller's going to try to use his leg, and he's going to take a sack. Is that going to be a fumble? It's going to be incomplete pass. But Miller, with so much time, instead of throwing it out, he drops back even further, and Chris Decker is able to get to him and create that pressure. What a day for Chris Decker, man.
Yeah, 100%. How about Chris Decker able to get there again? He has been key on this defense in this game. And how about Decker able to get around 24, break through him and get to the quarterback.
Looks like Myles Garrett out there.
Chris Decker, obviously more focused on the basketball side of things as he, coming into this season, he's probably the top player on the Tuskers in basketball. He was a key player just last season, now a senior, and he's been key on this Tuskers defense, now able to get to Miller there once again for the sack. And we got a bad connection here. We got no signal right now. Sports Engine, that's a Sports Engine thing though, as we're waiting to see what's going on there. But we'll wait to see. It's currently frozen. And while we have a second, I'm going to take a look at some notes. So, it may actually be on our side of things. I'm not sure. But
wait, what?
Due to now. Oh, at the game. No, we're good. It's at the game. But this has happened before. This happened at the Syracuse. Yeah, this happened at the Syracuse Dome when we called the game. Luckily, we were at the game, so we were still able to call it. But yeah, this is what we wanted to happen right now. But yeah, the Garnets. Yeah, so we got the defending state champions, the Tuskers. They're 8-2 coming into this game. We're back now. Miller goes back up, and that will be incomplete. What down are we at now? Yeah, that's the thing for high school football. This stuff sometimes happens. It more so happens when it's like these big games like this, because there's multiple production crews there. But like the games I did on Local Live, which is now Sports Engine, like there was never really any issues besides connecting the audio. But yeah, sometimes we see this in high school games. But yeah, it's not professional, so like what do you expect? But yeah, it's gonna be 4th down, and the Garnets are gonna punt it away as your Tuskers will be. He's still up. That's Palazzolo to return another big return, pushed out of bounds around the 47. What a return by Dean Palazzolo.
Yeah, Dean Palazzolo making plays, and he sets his team up again in good field position. And the Somers, if they could just get some more points on the board, their defense has been lights out here tonight, shutting out the Rye Garnets, and yeah, they've struggled to score on every possession. It seems like if Somers can just get some offense going, this could be a blowout, and this could get ugly for Rye quickly if the Somers offense can get something moving here.
Tuskers lining back up now. It's going to be 1st and 10 as we got Iglesias back out there. Movement around. It's going to be Iglesias keeps it rolling as these Tuskers try to push him, and he's going to be able to gain some with that line, helping him with that push, similar to that touchdown we saw last night for Henderson. But yeah, the Tuskers able to push him there to gain multiple yards. Still short, however, of the 1st down. But yeah, now the refs come out as there is a flag out. And yeah, Kevin, as we're going through this game, who are some players that have stuck out to you in this game tonight so far?
Obviously, Chris Decker, number 89, the defensive end for the Somers. He's had 2 QB sacks, one of them that got called back, and he's had some multiple pressures for Miller there in this game. And obviously, I gotta say, Brett Kennedy also had a sack for the defense on that first drive for the Garnets, and he also had the touchdown, the only touchdown for the Somers, and our only touchdown of this game. But the Somers in good field position here. Can they score and make this a 2-possession game and maybe start running away with this game if the defense can put up this effort?
As it's going to be with it now, it's going to be number 23 with the one there. Number 23 for the Tuskers this year, trying to fight for the 1st down. That's going to be number 23, Luke Valencia, first year on this varsity team, on the JV team a year ago, and also an important player on the JV team for lacrosse, as he was big on that squad as well. Well, it's going to be 2nd and 1. Kevin, you want to do this play?
Yep. So, Iglesias in the shotgun formation. He's going to take the snap. It's going to be a handoff. And it's going to be instant stop by the Rise defensive line right there. That's number 51 coming up with the tackle. Jack Anderson with the tackle right there.
Yeah, Jack Anderson, the senior, able to get to him, as that is going to make it a 3rd down now, but the Tuskers well in field goal range, as they're still looking to make at least a 2-score lead here. We got Palazzolo out deep to the right, looking at maybe out for Palazzolo. It's going to be a handoff there, again to Valencia, who's in, and looks like he was able to get the 1st down there. So yeah, fights for it and gets the 1st down for the Tuskers.
It's going to be a 1st down for the Tuskers, and they are well in scoring position. They're trying to make this a 2-possession game, and like I've been saying, if the Somers defense can keep up this level of performance, which I think they can, as they've done it all season, it seems like their defense has been the best part of their team. They could win this game if this defense could just keep playing at the level they are, but the Somers offense has to carry their side too. Iglesias is going to keep it himself, and he's going to get met at the line of scrimmage by the defensive line for the Garnets.
So met at the line. That's going to make it a second down, 2nd and 11 here. The Garnets there to not allow him to go anywhere. And this Garnets defense, they have been solid. Of course, they only held this Tuskers team to 7 points in the Week 1 matchup against these two teams. And, yeah, they've already scored 7 on them tonight. But their defense has been solid, not allowing teams to score a lot of points. But then some teams have gone off of them, like Harrison scoring 21 and Eastchester scoring 22. As it's going to be handoff to Palazzolo, going around. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds. That is going to be DP. Dean Palazzolo pushed out of bounds. Has had so many great plays in his career. Fortunately, he couldn't get one there.
Down coming up for the Tuskers. This is an opportunity for them to get a touchdown. Can they get some sort of first down here?
Tuskers coming back out now.
We don't have our scorebook, so we can't see the time at the bottom of the screen.
It's gonna be they're gonna be lining back up now. As got Iglesias, who got out all the way far. Number 5 in as wide receiver. That's Dean Monticelli. It's gonna be a handoff there. It's gonna be thrown there, and it's gonna be a catch. Who is that? That's gonna be by Jackson Whipple.
It's gonna be a first down, I think. Or just short. Yeah, I think it's going to be just short of a first down.
Yeah, and you got Dean Monticelli out there. I caught a couple of JV games last year, and he was a stud on the field for that JV team. He looked like how Dean Palazzolo looks in Varsity on that JV team, getting so many long touchdowns. I was surprised he wasn't on this Varsity team last year, but out there now as it's going to be... They're going to try to push through, and did they get it? See what they're gonna make the call here. Big pile up there. I think they got it.
We're waiting for the call. Yeah, the Somers being aggressive instead of taking the points and making it a 2-possession game. They elect to go for it, and they risk those points right there. At least 3 points. We'll see what the refs are spotting the ball at. Will this be a first down for the Tuskers? If not, huge loss.
But yeah, let's see what's gonna happen here. And while we wait, let's just take a look at last few times these teams have played. So yeah, earlier this year they played Week 1.
And they're bringing out the chains to spot the ball.
Yeah.
Will this be short or will this be a first down for the Tuskers? We will find out in
Let's
seconds.
see as they come on out.
It's hard to see.
It looks like it's gonna be
first down.
That's going to be a first down. Let's go as it is right there, but they woo it the first down, and the Tuskers get it as it's first, and it's going to be, first and goal now. First goal here as the Tuskers are going to line back up.
It's something you don't see a lot in high school football is the chains getting brung out, but this is the championship game. This is an important game for both teams. Their seasons are on the line. And the Somers know they have more to come. All they got to do is get ahead of Rive right here. But can they get a touchdown here? It's going to be a QB sneak. And he's going to pick up about 2 yards there.
Couple yards there as the sneak for Iglesias, and they get a little bit closer as Tusko's pretty close. We've seen it when they're this close, like just hands off. We've seen last year Kelly doing out routes to the end zone, or Iglesias keeping it. What will we see this year though? This team does look a little bit different. Expect Dean Palazzolo to get involved. Yes, it's not a deep ball, but do expect Dean Palazzolo still try to find a way to get open here, as it's going to be...
They have a flag out.
Yeah, flag out. Yeah, let's see. It's going to be on the offense. And that may move
second
him back.
down, though. It's going to move him back some yards, but this team was in the red zone now. They're going to be backed up. Now is this team maybe just trying to get it make it easier for the kicker, as they are backed up quite a bit.
Yeah, so that's going to make it now a second down as Tusker's back out there. There's Iglesias out there discussing the play now as going to line back up. Who else out there? We got Hudson Ruby out there on the line as well, who's really stepped up for this Tusker squad. As a junior, he was elected as a captain this year and has been big on that line. As Iglesias throws back, he's going to find Brett Kennedy there. Well, unfortunately, where he catches it, it's going to be not much gain there. Probably 5 yards after the penalty, but yeah, it will be down with 11 yards to go to the end zone.
Yeah. Brett Kennedy with the reception there. But it's going to bring up third down for the Tuskers. Can they get some points on the board here, or can the Garnets get a stop? Both these defenses have come to play here in this championship game. Both offenses have been both sluggish. Does the Tuskers have any sort of spark, or can they get a miracle here to get some points on the board? Let's find out. Iglesias with no back in the backfield. It's going to be a snap directly towards him. He has some pressure towards him, and he's going to be sacked by the Garnets. The Garnets are able to get to him in time, and that's going to bring the kicker out for the Tuskers.
So yeah, Gavin Kelly, except if they decide to go for it. We've seen the Tuskers do it before, but it does look like, yeah, Kelly comes on out, though he was on that offense. And yeah, let's see what the Tuskers are doing here. It looks like they're gonna be setting up for a field goal. This is to make it a 10-0 lead here for the Tuskers.
Yeah, this will be about I believe, a 30-something yard field goal here.
Yeah, this would be
about a 34-yard
Yep.
field goal.
Yeah, he made a 40 back in the dome, and that one will go through. It's going to be a 10-0 game now for the Tuskers as they start off to a strong lead as the Tuskers pulling the surprise here as it's 10-0. And yeah, Kevin, what are your thoughts on that drive?
Yeah, they took up a lot of clock there, but it's a great drive for the Somers. They could have gotten a touchdown if they didn't get some of the penalties they did, but it's still a good drive, and they put some points up. Makes it a 2-possession game no matter what. And they lead with limited time left in the second quarter. And they do get the ball back at half because they did kick it off to Rye to begin. So they do get the ball to begin the third quarter.
Yeah, but yeah, let's see what they have to do here. And yeah, of course, check out, we got our featured 6-7 counter tonight. So make sure, yeah, cool thing we added tonight. But I'm going to kick it back off. Let's add one more on there yeah, it's going to be the Tuskers. Gavin Kelly. It's currently 10-0 right now for Tuskers as we're going to kick it on off. And yeah, Gavin Kelly kicks it back out to the Garnets, and let's see what the Garnets have to do. But yeah, let's see what they got. And we are off now, and it's gonna be, yeah, to take it back now. It's gonna be the Garnets, and still up on that's gonna be. We don't have a number yet. Number 20 there is going to be down around the 38-yard line. Number 20 with the return of Jagger Fenton there for the Garnets. Yeah, Jagger Fenton able to take it on back down by the 38. What a great return by Fenton.
Yeah, let's see. The Garnets' offense has been so sluggish here tonight. They have put up no points. Is this on like them, Ben? Is this on like the Garnets? They have no points.
This season, yeah, but against the Somers squad, Somers has played them tough, so it's not too surprising, but that just shows you how great the Somers defense is and has been, how much they have improved, holding this Garnets offense to 0 points this lead. And this one, that's going to be caught there, and right after that, a big catch, as it's going to be Shoemaker with the catch down around the 35, and now the Garnets offense must have heard me talking about how great the Somers defense is, as they get a huge play there, and Shoemaker with the catch, as they'll be down around the 35. What a play. As Miller finds Shoemaker. There's Miller, goes back out to throw, goes up high,
And it's going to caught.
Is that Shoemaker? Yes, it is! Who else but Henry Shoemaker as that goes in, and the Garnets get a fast touchdown as Henry Shoemaker takes it on in. Wow.
Yeah, as we were talking so good about the Tuskers defense, they give up a touchdown in 2 plays just like that. That was an incredible drive to Miller to Shoemaker. That was all of them there.
But now you got Shoemaker on for the extra point after his touchdown. And yeah, Shoemaker, what
back-to-back
great plays.
catches, and then he's about to kick the extra point for his touchdown. That's incredible.
He did that earlier this season as well when the Tuskers took on the Garnets. And let's see what the call is here as the refs come out. Well, it looks like Loyalist Shoemaker will still be kicking. It's going to be on the Garnets. And it looks like Shoemaker may be moving back here. But it will still be on for the extra point. And yeah, I believe, based on how good of a player he is, I'm sure he's a great kicker too. It's just a great school in sports, so I'm sure he's a solid kicker for sure. He was great last year. But yeah, besides football and lacrosse, I'll get back to that in a second, as
it's going to be blocked.
Shoemaker's kick is blocked. Who else? Sean Faulkner and R.J. Peterson on the block. What a play. And it's going to remain a 4-point game. Wow. But yeah, what I was saying is, yeah, right, it's just an amazing school for all sports. Besides lacrosse and football last year, they basically won all the section championships. And you know, who won the section championships in football and lacrosse? Yes, Somers Tuskers, and they both beat the Garnets. But yeah, Shoemaker, after getting the touchdown, his extra point is blocked, but you still got to take the touchdown there, as it's going to remain a 10-6 game.
Yeah, 10-6 game. 2 plays will do it for the Garnets on that drive. That's incredible for the Garnets, as they had no offensive success here tonight. They go 2 plays on that drive, and they score a touchdown easily. That is not something the Tuskers want to give up, especially with their offense not putting up as much points as they typically do. And this is a tough game.
Well, Garnet's getting ready now as they're going to kick it back off to the Tuskers. And let's see if the Tuskers have time to do anything before the first half. But yeah, the Garnets get the touchdown. They get the 6th, but unfortunately they're not able to get that 7th point there, as it is going to remain a 10-6 game. But now Shoemaker, this is the 4th play in a row to involve him. He's now going to kick it off back to the Tuskers. He got those 2 big plays on offense. He missed the extra point, and now he's kicking it away. As it is a 6-10 game, as Shoemaker kicks it on off. It's going to be a low kick there. It's going to be taken back. That is going to be Dean Palazzolo, still up, goes around, still in bounds, will take it past the 50 to the 40, and he's going to be pushed out around the 35. That's how elite this boy Dean Palazzolo is. Able to take it back all the way. Pushed out around the 30. Another great kickoff return by him. Able to take it around. Go around so many wide players there to gain so much yardage.
Yeah, how about Dean Palazzolo? Could do it on all. But in both rushing, receiving, and now special teams. This guy has it all in him.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, the Tuskers are going to line back up now as they are back out there. And yeah, they're in a very good field position now, set up by Dean Palazzolo. We got number 25 out there. It looks like we got, is it a flag, or maybe we got a timeout here. Wait to see. It looks like it's going to be a timeout. Not see who they called it for there, however. But yeah, we got Jaden Anambunzi on. Never heard of him before, but yeah, he's out there as the RB. As yeah, Tuskers, a little time left in the second quarter, set up in great field position. And stay tuned, as we'll be here for a halftime show. And then we'll take a little break. But we want to give a thanks to the Somer Sports Broadcasting Club for providing us with these rosters tonight, and of course to Miss Tippett for providing them to both us and the club. But line back out now as it's going to be first down for the Tuskers. As Iglesias keeps it rolling, and he will be pushed down at the 31.
Yeah, Iglesias keeps it himself, and he gets a decent amount of yards there. It's going to help them out for this first down they try to get. But can the Garnets get another stop? The Garnets defense has played pretty solid here tonight. But the Somers looking for some offense here. Only 10 points in this half. They want more than that.
Yeah, that's going to now be second down with about 4 yards to go in this one as, we're currently in a timeout. And, while we're in a timeout, let's take a look at some notes I got from my meeting with Coach Matteo last year. So what players on Somers may be used more in this matchup? Last year, these players weren't as big. They were growing, getting better. We got Cameron Violante, Gavin Kelly. Those two have been solid in this matchup. We haven't seen Cameron Violante a ton on offense, though. He turned into such a receiver threat as the year went on throughout. But I do believe, actually, I did hear something that he was injured, but pretty sure he's still in. Yeah, that's him right there. So he is still playing tonight. But, Cameron Violante has been solid. He grew into a great number 2 receiver for that Tusker offense last year, getting so many deep touchdowns, especially with Iglesias going to quarterback last year from receiver. So, but that was 2 years ago, to be clear. It's going to be a handoff to Palazzolo, and Palazzolo is going to be pushed back out of bounds at the 31.
Yeah, Iglesias does what he's told there. Palazzolo gets the ball. And Palazzolo gets met by the Garnets defense. We do have a flag out on the field. Let's see what the call is going to be. It's going to be holding on the Tuskers. It's going to move them back 5 yards. Still going to be first down, though. Or second down.
So, score currently 10-6, 36 seconds left. Looked like for the second year in a row in this game, they do have score bug issues. So, we will not be able to provide the time for you, unfortunately, as we don't have it on here either. But score bug issues again as Tuskers are going to be pushed back. 36 seconds left. Let's see if they can get a couple big plays and try to get something before halftime. But a great start for the Tuskers, currently up 10-6, and Tuskers for sure have control right now of the game. Also getting the ball at the start of the second half.
Yeah, Iglesias is gonna hand it off to number.
That's going to be number
25
of. That was Mason Kelly last year. This year it is Jason Amanzi. I believe that's how you pronounce it. As he will not go anywhere. Pushed back a couple yards there. A yard. They'll wind up marking it as that makes it a third down. 25 seconds now left in this one.
Maybe they try to get a field goal. Let's see what they do. They still have, I think they have timeouts. I'm not sure. We can't see. Well, let's see what the Tuskers try to do. Can they get in some field goal range maybe? Do they take a shot downfield? Let's see what they try to do here.
They're going to head back out now and... let's see what they do. But we got some time, and we'll take a look at some more notes here. And and what are some past strategies the Tuskers have used against the Garnets? And what Coach Matteo said when I asked him, he said RPOs are very important. And also, let's talk about some similarities. How they seem similar to each other. And he said they're very physical and very skilled. And how are they different? And he said, Y is a much bigger team, especially last year. They're still pretty big, but they were a much bigger team last year. As now, Iglesias goes back out to throw, throws on the side, and that is going to be caught. Was he able to stay in bounds? What a catch by Dean Palazzolo.
They're going to say the clock is running, though. Do they have any timeouts?
Yeah, able to
stay in bounds. They do not have
any
any timeouts. They're going to try to spike the ball. Will they have time?
Yes, they're lining up. They're taking time now. I don't know why they're taking so long. Now they're gonna spike it, and I don't know why they took so long to spike it. They may just be trying to kick the field goal here. Yes, that's what they are gonna do. As out comes the field goal unit to try to make it a 7-point game as we head into halftime.
Yeah, can he make it a 7-point game for the Tuskers? This would help them out a lot. With them getting the ball back in the third quarter.
This is the third quarter. Gavin Kelly on to kick the extra point. Brett Kennedy holding as the kick is up. Good. And it's going to be no good. And it remains a 4-point game as we head into halftime. Your score, Tuskers 10, Garnet 6. And folks, let's just get right into our halftime show right here. So currently, what a first half. Tuskers started off strong, getting that touchdown early. What a great start by Brett Kennedy. Then we got Chris Decker stepping up on that Tuskers defense, leading it to eventually becoming a 10-0 game. Tuskers defense looking amazing, but then this Garnet's offense had other stuff to say, and with two big plays, both to Henry Shoemaker, Miller finds Shoemaker and gets in for the touchdown, and now it's a 10-6 game as Shoemaker does miss the extra point. But your score is 10-6, and Kevin, what are your thoughts in the first half?
This has been a defensive game for sure. I think some players to keep an eye out for, maybe in the second half. But I'm not. We'll save that for a bit. But based on that first half, let's just talk about some of the players who have been good and who have really stepped up for the Somers. Chris Decker, the defensive end, number 89. He's had quite a lot of pressures. He has 1 sack recorded on the day. Another one that was called back because of a penalty, and he's been very, very good for the Somers defense. Dean Palazzola. Yeah, Dean Palazzola. With his special teams ability, he's been able to get them in good field position, but they have not been able to come up with points. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for the Somers. But on the Garnet side of the ball, Chris Miller and Henry Shoemaker, that duo has carried the Garnets here tonight.
Yeah, but what an amazing half. This Tuskers squad, they're playing much better than they did in that first game against the Garnets, and that has showed. They haven't been able to score much on offense, but that defense has looked amazing. Besides those 2 plays, their defense has been on point. And I'm sure DiMatteo is going to have something to say, especially that defense. Yes, they played amazing, but those 2 plays are big. The Garnets on the scoreboard because the defense made those 2 mistakes to get them down the field, and he's going to have something to say to that defense in that locker room to get them to make sure that does not happen again, and that Tuskers offense. Yes, they are playing a top defense in Section 1 and in New York, but at the same time, that offense, they should be playing better. They looked better. They looked better in this Section 1 championship game a year ago. So, yeah, this offense does need to step it up, but the Somers squad are playing pretty well from beginning to end. And I'm sure Matty has stayed in the locker room at halftime. He has had so many great halftime speeches. He's gonna lead the Tuskers to continue walking and maybe dominate the Garnets here. Just seeing how well Eastchester played, I think the Tuskers have a chance to go on a second half route, making it look ugly for the Garnets. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Obviously, that defense needs to be more on point than letting those 2 plays off big. But yeah, a few players that have stuck out to me. So looking at the Somers side of things, of course, we got Dean Palazzola. Dean Palazzola is doing Dean Palazzola things. Yes, he's not so much on offense. He hasn't done a ton, but on that special teams, that great kickoff return, that was amazing. And then that was just an amazing play by him. And then Tristan Iglesias has been a solid at QB, able to run RPOs pretty well tonight. But another player sticking out has been pretty good on that offense and the defense. Brett Kennedy, what a game for him, especially in the beginning. Very involved, getting that big touchdown as well. And Chris Decker, I'm so happy for Chris Decker. So many great plays by him as well. So many sacks, tackles. Just he's been able to pressure Miller hard in this game, and he's been an issue for Miller throughout this one. But looking at the guard side of things, Carson Miller having a pretty good game, and then of course we got Henry Shoemaker with those two great plays to get down quick for that touchdown. But yeah, those are players that have stuck out to me. But let's continue with this halftime. And yeah, what do you think, starting off with Somers, what do you think they need to do to be able to hold on and win this game?
I think their defense needs to keep doing what they're doing. Even though they did give up those 2 plays, they have been playing very good here tonight. And then their offense needs to get something going. They start the third quarter with the ball. And maybe the coach comes out and says, let's get something going on offense, and they go down and they score a touchdown. Their defense plays great again. They could get away with this. Like, if Somers' offense was playing good in this game, they would run away with it. But the offense has struggled against Rye, who has been obviously one of the best defenses in New York. So Somers, if they want to win this game, they got to get their offense going because their defense has been playing great all season.
Yeah, and also talking about, I believe they actually have a lot of some games, but to the point, yeah, Somers, their defense, they've been playing spot on. They've been playing amazing. But they gotta, if they want to win this game, they can't have those little mistakes. They gotta be pitch perfect 100%. They can't be perfect 95 or 98%. They gotta be pitch perfect 100%. You saw how those 2 plays affected that, how well that Rice offense is, and that was also a great job by Rice offense. But yeah, just Somers' defense not getting the right formations there, letting that happen, and yeah, Garnets are still in this game, because of that. But Tuskers getting the ball back, their offense scoring here, I think would be big for them. But yeah, that offense also got to step up. They gotta find Palazzolo more. Get the ball to Palazzolo, get him some deep plays. Obviously, why they're probably not. Why is probably focusing a lot on Palazzolo, but at the same time, you don't know that for sure. Like, you could double trick them. You haven't really passed Palazzolo much. Try to find Palazzolo. He is still Dean Palazzolo. Or find Cameron Violante. Hasn't been pitch perfect all season. Hasn't been as involved as last season. But you find, based on what I've seen at least, but if you find Cameron Violante, yeah, he's gonna get the ball down the field. So you gotta get Palazzolo, Violante, a great receiver duo. Find them down the field. I think that could help Somers a ton in this one. But now let's take a look at the Garnets, Kevin. What do the Garnets need to do to win this one?
The Garnets want to win this one. Their defense has been also playing very good. I think Henry Shoemaker, he needs to go off more. He kind of seems like their star player to me. He kicks the field goals. He kicks it off. He scores touchdowns. He does it all, man.
Yeah.
Carson Miller, he also had that interception that's kind of gone under the radar, I think. But yeah, he had an interception as a quarterback. That's unheard of. But yeah, those two, they've really taken this team on their back. And then, yeah, this team, their defense has been playing good, but the offense as well. Both the offenses, both the Somers offense and both Rise offense, they both need to step up in the second half.
Yeah, for sure. I think if I want to take this one, that offense has to step up, and that defense. Yeah, they've been playing solid, holding Somers to 10 points, but yeah, the defense need to play even more solid. Not like they gotta hold them out. Like they've been able to shut teams out before in halves. I think if they could hold them out, I think they could get this. But yeah, defense has to step up, and that offense needs to go off. Find a way, like they did in those 2 plays, to get the ball down the field fast and the right spots against that Somers defense. I think if they could get that done, that could help them tremendously. But anyway, yeah, that's what I think we both think that both teams need to do to win at this game. But as we got time, we're going to take a look at some notes that I've got when I met with DiMatteo. And if the Tuskers win this game, maybe if they don't, even if they don't, maybe we'll just do it anyway. We'll be predicting the Class A playoffs, the Class A state playoffs some point the next coming week. But yeah, but this is a question I asked Coach DiMatteo, which is cool. And compared to the 2024 Tuskers, this is for the 2024 Tuskers, I asked him, what NFL team would you compare them to the most? And he said the Chiefs. And he said, talking about Miguel Iglesias, the quarterback at the time, Miguel Iglesias can do a lot that Mahomes can do with the ball and the play style. And Somers and the Chiefs have a winning culture. And both have very good special teams, yeah. They both, for sure, have winning cultures. Though Chiefs did lose last year in the Super Bowl. Somers did get 3 Ps, the Chiefs didn't. But, yeah, for sure, those are like, especially at the time, those were the two in Section 1, Somers and Chiefs in the NFL. For sure, that is exactly what I would say too. But asking Miguel Iglesias what player he would be most similar to, he didn't say Mahomes. He said Brett Favre, his play style was probably closest to, which was a little interesting to hear as well. But yeah, and now Tristan Iglesias taking over this year as the quarterback. He was excited when I met with both the Iglesias brothers for an interview. He mentioned that he was excited when I asked about him taking over as the quarterback. Excited to embrace the opportunity and excited to give it his all. But yeah, and overall, those are some notes. Let's see, we got some more notes. So plays to expect last year's 41 for of Miller running the ball. So yeah, we've seen Carson Miller running the ball a bit tonight, and obviously he is a running type of quarterback, and yeah, we've seen some big ones, but yeah, and then. But yeah, those are basically the keynotes for this one. But this has been a solid game so far. And before we end our halftime show, let's just talk about. So, Kevin, what are your predictions for the rest of this game into the second half?
I think we might see maybe a few more touchdowns. I'm going to say we see 4 more touchdowns total. 2 by the Somers and 2 by Rye. That would make this game very close. So, 24 to maybe 20, something like that. Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game. And I think it is going to come down to the wire. And can both teams pull away? We're going to find out soon. But if this game were to end right now, Somers would be moving on. It's just, can they keep this up? Can their defense hold together? They gave up 2 plays that ended up in 6 points, and that's how little can change this game, because this is just a 1-score game. You never know what can happen.
Yeah, but I think the Somers, DeMatt is going to have something to say in that locker room with this game being so close at halftime. And last year they were down. So you saw how Somers stormed back in the second half, down by 7, and they won that game 35-21. I think we see something similar here. Somers comes out of this locker room. They're going to get a touchdown this opening drive to pull ahead. And I think they get another touchdown. A few drives later, at that time, I think that Tuskers defense, after letting up that touchdown, they're not going to want to let up any more points. It's going to be 24-6 heading into the fourth, and we don't see much going on after that. I think Somers gets another late touchdown, so does Rye, and I think Somers takes it 31-13. And I think we're going to see a great second half by Somers. But yeah, that will do it for our halftime show. And we'll be back in just one moment for the second half. And welcome back as we are all set and ready for the second half here in this one. And yeah, let's see what the Tuskers and the Garnets have up their sleeves again. Let's just read off as it was muted the first half. So let's do this in the second half. I'm going to introduce this game. So we got the defending Section 1 Class A champions, the Somers Tuskers, as they take on the Garnets. Tuskers are 8-2. The Garnets are 10-0, undefeated coming into this game, and Somers is coming off a close win against the Harrison Huskies, able to pull away at the end as they won that one just last week, 28-14. I talked about this game a little bit earlier. It was Eastchester Rye, where Eastchester led that game 22-21 with going into the fourth, I believe, but I was able to pull away to win that one, 36-22, and yeah, those some good games coming into that one. These two teams took on each other last year in the Section 1 championship game, as the Tuskers won 35-21. This has been a solid one, and yeah, excited to see what happens in the second half for this one. But yeah, Tuskers, great performance, and yeah, Tuskers and Garnet's great performance, especially on defense for both squads. Offense does need to step up a bit, but the Tuskers right now are with control in this one, as Shoemaker will kick it on off.
Shoemaker, he had the touchdown, the only touchdown for the Garnets here tonight. In the second half, who do you think is going to have the game? Like, who do you think is going to step up the most?
Dean Palazzolo, he is so amazing. He's such great on offense, and Cameron Violante too, I think, will step up. Those two wide receivers, they need to step up for Somers and for them to be able to pull away. And they were so great last season on that offense. They need to step up, and I think they're going to step up big in the second half, as Shoemaker is going to kick it off, and we're about to get started in the second half.
The Tuskers will start the third quarter off with the ball, and Palazzolo with the return. He's going to take it almost towards the 50-yard line. I think that will be spotted at the 50-yard line. This dude is a special teams, oh my gosh, special teams like master. He does it all on special teams. You can see his average returns are like for at least like 20 plus yards, and he takes that one at the 50-yard line. You're just giving your team the great field position, and that's what the Tuskers need. That's a great way to start this quarter coming out of the halftime break. And now, can this team get some points on the board? We will find out. Iglesias in the shotgun formation with his running back in motion. It's going to be a handoff to number 25. That's
going to be number 25. Number again, formerly worn
Jaden
by
Adruzzi.
I believe that's the transfer from Lakeland, I believe, coming to Somers this year. But yeah, regardless, Jaden Adruzzi gets it there, the running back. I don't know how to say that last name there. I gotta find out. I gotta research. If we do the state championship, I gotta get connected with my name research person for Somers, as it's gonna be kept there by Iglesias, as Iglesias able to gain not that much there.
Yeah. Great return, but this offense can't get anything going. It's going to be, I believe, third down for the Tuskers.
Yeah, 3rd and 10 to go, as Iglesias gets nothing there. Already a minute into this second half, as currently quarter 3 here in this one. So Tuskers line it back up now. Palazzolo all the way to the outside. And it'll be a deep. Looks like Palazzolo may try to go deep. Only one receiver on him, as Palazzolo goes out, as Iglesias back out to throw, and that's going to try to be thrown to. That's going to be Gavin Kelly. That's going to be incomplete. Also the kicker for the Tuskers, not able to hold on to that, and that's going to make it a 4th down. And Violante. Yeah, he may be injured, because I did feel like I remember in the DiMatteo interview he said that Violante was injured. So Violante may be out for this one because he is key for this Tuskers team. We have not seen anything from him tonight. But it's going to be 4th down now, and they are going to be punting it away.
Yeah, 3-0 for the Tuskers. Even though they had great field position, nothing again from this offense. And the punter is going to get nearly blocked. Oh my gosh.
As the ball is going to roll back in the end zone, and it will be a touchback as out comes Miller and the Garnets. Let's see what Kirsten Miller has to do here as he comes on out, and yeah, so they now have the ball. That's not what the Tuskers wanted to happen. They missed that field goal to make it a 1-score game, and then after that, they couldn't get the touchdown to start. We could potentially have 10 more points on for the Tuskers right now, or even more. But Tuskers offense, this Garnets defense has been playing the Tuskers offense very tough here.
Miller goes deep. And he's going to be caught.
What a catch! And who is that? Who else? Henry Shoemaker with the catch. Wow. So we got Miller throwing it back out. Throws it up high. So yeah, Miller goes back.
Miller goes deep to who else but Shoemaker. He's making shoes. Man, he gets a big reception, and the Garnets are in great field position. One play, and they're already at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, what a catch by Shoemaker as he takes it on down. As that's going to be a 1st and 10 now for the Garnets here. Lining back up now. It's going to be back out. Miller, short pass, and it's going to be incomplete. Attempted to. That's number 24 for the Garnets in. And let's get a name for you there. It's going to be Nigo Zazani there. As that's going to make it a 2nd down for the Garnets. And just what a great play. Throwing the bomb to Shoemaker. That was about 40 yards, and what a catch by Shoemaker there. Yeah, this is not the NFL. This is high school football, and that's the type of catch you see in the NFL. What a play by Henry Shoemaker to grab that catch. That's play of the game by far. You got to agree on that.
Yeah. Miller drops back. He's going to move out to the right. Looks. Where the heck?
He's going to be pushed back, pressured by the Somers defense.
There's going to be flags again. Flags out on the field. The cameraman kind of got lost in that play. We couldn't see really what happened. But it looks like the Tuskers were able to get to Miller there.
Yeah, the clock is going to continue to tick. Now they're going to toss off the clock.
It's going to be what's it called? Intentional grounding on Miller right there. It's going to be a loss of downs. It's going to be bringing them all the way back to where that ball was thrown. So it's going to be 3rd down. And that's going to bring them way out of field goal range. And it's going to be 3rd down for the Garnets.
So, yeah, Miller throws it. Is going to be pressured back and he'll lose more. So, yeah, what a great play there by the Tuskers. So it's going to be 3rd and forever. They're going to mark the 20. They're going to move. They're moving back 20 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 30 here now for the Garnets. And they got to get a big play to Shoemaker again to get that 1st down here.
Yeah,
just to get the 1st down.
Miller drops back, goes deep.
Did they just do it again? That's exactly what they needed to do. What a catch by Shoemaker as he's going to be just short of the touchdown. How about Henry Shoemaker with another big play? They're going to put that to 1. Wow, this Garnets team is hungry here. As look at that, we got Miller, goes back high.
Double teaming.
To find Shoemaker. What a catch.
Oh my God, Shoemaker is big.
And whoever wins this game, and if they make it to the state championship game, we may still need to call that because this team is so fun to watch here. As what a play that is by Miller to Shoemaker.
Shoemaker has incredible talent.
It's Miller. He's going to be stuffed and pressured out, not getting it in. What a stance by the Somers defense.
This offense as a whole has just been Shoemaker and Miller. And how about Shoemaker? He uses his size so well. He's such a big receiver, and he's able to get downfield. And they have to know this ball is going to Shoemaker, and yet he still comes up with it. That just shows the skill gap he has compared to these Somers defensive backs.
Yeah, that Shoemaker comparison to how he's playing tonight. That's like the level.
Now it looks
of
like they're
wide
going to
receiver,
run a tush push or a QB sneak of
Yeah,
some
tush
sort.
push is illegal, not allowed in high
It's
school
going to be a
football.
QB sneak.
As,
It's going to be a touchdown for the Garnets. The Garnets are going to take the lead.
Yeah, and with that, that is not what the Tuskers wanted, as it's a big play for the Garnets there, as it's going to be a 2-point lead, as Shoemaker is now going to come on for the extra point. So yeah, what a play. Yeah, what a few plays to get them down there. It was 3rd and 30, and somehow the Garnets come away with this touchdown.
It's been all Shoemaker and Miller. Miller gets that touchdown there on the QB sneak. And he had a... Miller and Shoemaker literally do it all. They get the kicks. Miller gets the interceptions on defense. Miller throws the touchdowns. Miller runs the touchdown. It's literally them too. Miller and Shoemaker have been carrying the Garnets here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And what a game. Shoemaker, is this guy going to college for football? I'm sure he is, because he may be Division I. He has the talent, and last year he wasn't involved that much. He was the kicker more so, but he's made himself so much involved on this Rise squad this year, and yeah, especially in lacrosse as well. He's one of the stars on that team. So he was one of the stars on that team last year. So now showing up here for football as well. And I remember, every time I was listening to that Section 1 championship game for lacrosse, it was Shoemaker goal. So yeah, he was very involved in that game for the Garnets, but the Tuskers luckily able to hold them off in that defensive battle. Shoemaker steal, as it is gonna be. Gavin, do you want to say it? It's gonna be Shoemaker. It's gonna kick it on off.
Yeah, Shoemaker does it all, man. I can't.
Yeah, he is. He does. He is such a good player. As Shoemaker, low kick there. As it's gonna be Tuskers take it back. They gotta do the low kick. Try to pick it up to Dean Palzol, but that's gonna be number 12, Jackson Whipple, with the return. And what a return by Jackson Whipple, able to take it down to the 40, takes it back from around the 30 to the other 40.
Yeah, the Somers special teams is so good.
Wow, they really, especially in this game, this special team has been phenomenal, as it's going to be Jackson Whipple with what a return, almost taken down, able to get around that stop and gain 10 more yards. He was almost stopped at the 50. What a return by Jackson Whipple, the number 3 wide receiver, in my opinion, on this team. Also got Dylan Jimenez out there, a star for this Tuskers lacrosse team as well. It's going to be a handoff to Nate Mitchell there, as he is going to be pressured and down, not really gaining much there.
Yeah, the Somers offense has been so lackluster. Oh my God,
lackluster.
Yeah, they have not even been able to get anything going here tonight, besides those those few drives. But maybe you also have to think about that field goal that they missed at the end of the half. That would be a tie game here, and now Rye has the lead. And the Somers are looking to get back in this game, as they led at the half. They give up 2 big plays, but can they get back in this game?
As it's going to be Iglesias to throw. Goes up high.
Pass interference.
Yeah, pass interference. He tried to find a Brett Kennedy there.
No flag.
And they're not going to call it. Let's see what the ref's got to say here.
That looked like pass interference.
Yeah, Iglesias throws it back up high, and that's going to be... That does look like pass interference there. And that was to Brett Kennedy, the tight end, and great defensive player for the Tuskers. And no, they're not gonna call that pass interference. So it's gonna be a 3rd down now for the Tuskers.
3rd down for the Tuskers. The Tuskers have had no success on the offensive side of the ball on 3rd down. Can they get something here? Iglesias gonna drop back, but we have some penalties.
Now we got a penalty out. Is that from before, or is that gonna be on? It's gonna be on Somers. So let's see what's they had to say. It looks like it's going to move the Tuskers back.
Yeah, this is not what the Tuskers want. They had a manageable third down, but now they're backed up again, and it seems like we're seeing the same things over and over again. The special teams gets great field position, and then Somers can't get a first down.
So I'm going to move the Somers back a bit more. Wow, no, 6, 7 to 10 yards. Actually, 10 yards, not 6, 7. But 5, 6, 7's up there now as the counter is going up fast. 6, 7, 6, 7. Put it at 8. As Iglesias back out to throw. As Iglesias tries to escape. Iglesias escapes down by the 40 and it's going to slide
Does he
to
fumble?
around the 30. He fumbles, but I think they got it. Oh,
He's
boy.
down. The referee says he's down.
All
And there's
right.
going to be a flag. A late flag comes in.
A mess here. Luckily, it seems like he is down. And let's see what's going on here. Got 8, 6, 7s now. Gotta get 9 up there. As yeah. Let's see. It looks like they got the play, but let's see who's just gonna be on. All right, it's gonna be on the Garnets. So
Will that make it a first down as well with the
Yeah.
penalty?
that's the break the Tuskers needed.
First down, Tuskers. Wow, they get a break there.
Yeah, let's take a look at this again. Iglesias couldn't find an open receiver. He takes it with his legs. A scrambler just like his brother Miguel Iglesias and able to scramble, get that first down. Luckily, he's down before the fumble, but after that flag, they get to go up even more, and the Tuskers are now set up in prime position to score here.
Can the Tuskers get points on the board is the question. The kicker already missed one of his field goals here today. And they are in field goal range, at least I would think. But they need a touchdown here, I believe. I think a touchdown will put them ahead. And with Shoemaker and Miller being on and off, that could help them. But Iglesias fakes the handoff. And he's going to hand it off to his running back, who's going to pick up maybe a yard.
So going to be pushed back there, and Nate Mitchell. Let's see if probably going to push them back. So it's going to be second down, 2nd and 9 now for the Tuskers. As it's 6:11, 6:10. There it is, 6:07 left in the third. As I'm going to line back up now. The movement goes out as Iglesias back out to throw, and it's going to find, that's going to be Jackson Whipple in for the touchdown. What a play. Iglesias, Whipple goes inside, and he gets it for the touchdown, and with that, the Tuskers take the lead. Wow.
The Tuskers respond with a touchdown after Shoemaker and Miller go and score their own touchdown. Iglesias to number 12. Oh my god, I almost said the Sooners. The Somers take the lead.
As now it's going to be Gavin Kelly on for the extra point.
I was thinking the Oklahoma Sooners.
Yeah, I got you there. As the kick is up and it will be good. So, with that, it's going to be a 17-13 game now. What a game we have had here now. 2 touchdowns for both teams as we start off the third, and yeah, we're in for a good one, folks.
This game, we've seen a lot of offense here towards the end. Towards the end of this third quarter.
Yeah, but what a game! And based on what's happened now, what team do you think has the momentum? Do you think Rye's going to continue after that touchdown? Do you think Somers is going to step up?
Because Rye has such an explosive... Like, when their offense scores, it's in an explosive way.
Yeah, Somers does too, but their offense hasn't been able to show up tonight. They got that great Jackson Whipple touchdown, but where's Dean Palazzolo getting those explosive touchdowns? Besides that kickoff return, he has done little to nothing tonight, and he's been so explosive back to his sophomore season, scoring 3 touchdowns in the state championship as a sophomore 2 years ago. And Yeah, it shows you how great this guy is. As it's going to be kicked off, and the Garnets are going to take it on back. And to return, this wasn't Shoemaker because he has been everywhere. That's going to be number 7 to return for the Garnets, J.P. Tracy.
J.P. Tracy with the return there. It's going to get met by the Tuskers special teams, and that's going to be at the 24-yard line. It's going to be somewhat of a good drive. They're going to need to drive 76 yards to score a touchdown. Reverse 67.
Yep, that's 2. So it's going to be it's going to be the Garnets starting it off here. As let's see what the Garnets have now. As they're going to line back up. Miller back out to throw, going up. And it's going to be caught again. What happened to this Tuskers defense? That's going to be this time number 7 of J.P. Tracy there. Let's take a look. So Miller, what an arm this Miller guy has had. Second year, at least second year for the Guards as their quarterback. Finds Tracy in the middle. And what a catch. Just 2 yards shy of midfield already. As another big play there for the Garnets. Fast movement down the field as they're going all over the Somers defense. As Miller, being pressured by Decker, goes out to the side and he's going to throw it away. But great pressure there by Chris Decker to be able to push Miller to throw the ball out of bounds. And with 5:15 left.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more offense in this third quarter, but can they get more explosive plays from out of this Somers defense? The Rye Garnets have found some holes in the Somers defense, and that's been going through Shoemaker. Shoemaker has been the best, arguably the best player on the offensive side of the ball. He's just such a big and physical receiver. Can he get open again? Miller with time in the backfield though.
Goes up, and it's going to be
over the head of, it looks like their tight end, number
24. That's going to be Nicole Stenzi. Yeah, their tight end. There.
Yeah, it's going to be just over the head of the tight end right there. I believe that's going to bring up third down.
It's going to make it, third down now for the Garnets here, as they are going to line back up. 5:07 out of 6 there. 6:07 left in this one, as going to get into work here on the 6-7 counter. As got to go 14. As that is going to be, is that caught?
It is.
What a catch. Now that's number 1 of Sebastian Lewis. This Garnets offense is flying down the field. Look at Miller. Miller throws it up, and it is caught for the first down. What a catch by Sebastian Lewis there. As a underthrow hand. Wow, what a play by Miller. Phenomenal second half for Miller as the Garnets are lining back up here. Miller back out. Throws it up high. It's going to be caught again. Who is it this time? It's going to be number 7 once again.
Tracy, I think.
Yeah, that's his Tracy. Yeah, the Tuskers have been hard, putting more pressure on Shoemaker now, giving a chance for these other receivers to get open as Miller is able to find Tracy there, taken down by Gavin Kelly.
Yeah, hit it. I think Ben hit it right on the nail. The Rye offense, they noticed that Shoemaker is now being double teamed. They start going to other of their receivers, but as we look in the game, Miller's going to keep it himself, and he's going to stay on his feet, and he's going to go all the way down to the 2-yard line, almost takes it in himself.
What a scramble by Miller there, able to take it with his feet, just going to wind up short. So yeah, taking a look at Miller, finds the opening, and he rolls all the way, goes around. They tried to push him down. That was Gavin Kelly trying to get him down, and Brett Kennedy finally able to get him down, but what a one by Miller, getting around avoiding multiple Somers stops there. Somers players to take him down, and that's going to be a 1st and goal now as the Garnets are trying to pull back in front here. Miller is going to keep it. Goes around, tries to get it, but Jimenez is pressuring him, and Whipple there as well. Jimenez and Whipple denying them the touchdown, as that's going to wind up pushing them back as Miller tries to run it in.
We have an injured Tusker on the field.
And I believe, who was that? I believe it may be Jimenez or Whipple after that play.
I think it was number 12.
Yeah, that is Jackson Whipple. That would be a big loss for the Tuskers. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Jackson Whipple would be a big loss for the Tuskers there, as hopefully he is okay. He's been a solid wide receiver for the Tuskers. Not like the number one deep route wide receiver like Dean Palazzolo you compare to like a Jamar Chase. You got Cameron Violante you compare to like a T. Higgins. Then you got that third wide receiver. That's Jackson Whipple, like a slot receiver. Like, trying to think, like, he's kind of like an Edelman or maybe more so like a Jacoby Myers, like a third slot receiver there. It's Jackson Whipple. And yeah, that would be a big loss for them, especially because you just got that touchdown the last drive. But yeah, the Garnets come back out here now. Let's see what they got. As yeah, Miller and the offense back out. It's going to be 2nd and 4 to go. Still pretty close. As looks like that's Whipple back in the game, so good to see there.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of offense here, but can Miller punch it in for another 6 or 7 points? Miller's going to keep it himself, and he's going to score.
And it's going to be...
takes the lead.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Garnets get 6 more on the board, and it will be Shoemaker coming on for the 7th. Try to get the 7th. So, yeah, Miller, what a play. Miller takes it on in. Rolls it on in to get the touchdown. The Garnets are playing them tough.
What the?
And, yeah, now Shoemaker on for the extra point. That's going to be good. And, yeah, the 6 points turn into 7 as Shoemaker extends the lead. 20-17 is your score. The Garnets are in control after that touchdown. And what a wild third quarter we have had, Kevin.
Yeah, so many points.
Yeah, that is for sure. But yeah, we're now at a 17-20 game. And now Somers needs to rebound on this drive. We need to see a big play by Dean Palazzolo and that Tuskers offense here.
That's
again.
Miller's 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
Well, yeah, he gets it in again. And, yeah, Miller able to squeeze it on in there. And, yeah, taking a look at Shoemaker's kick here. Yeah, Well, how about the Stars? They really turned it up in the second half. 2 big drives to get down the field for touchdowns. This offense and the Somers defense look different, of course, in favor of this offense in the second half. And it's not looking good for this Tuskers defense. We don't know what is going on.
Yeah.
And they got to step it up. This defense needs to step it up for the rest of this game because they are making Miller look like an NFL quarterback right now, which in the first half he did not.
Yeah, we've seen 14 points by the Garnets and 7 points by the Somers. But what has changed? We've seen a lot more offense and not as good as defensive performances. I think that's what you predicted. I think you said both teams were going to start out defensively. They're going to start out slow, and then these offenses are going to start getting hot, and that's what we're seeing here. The Garnets, their offense is starting to put up some big plays, and the Somers have no response for it. So that's getting bad if the Somers want to win. They got to stop the Garnets offense.
Yeah, and you don't want to be playing against this Tuskers offense. They are so explosive, and with Palazzolo, they can get down the field pass, but you got to make those big plays. Iglesias got to try to target Palazzolo, and we're not seeing a lot of far targeting here, especially because how good this Garnets defense is against the run in this game. They have not been able to do a ton of the run. Try passing the ball more. It may help a bit here. Based on what I've seen the Somers team over the years, they may be able to get a few deep plays here, but it's going to be Shoemaker who's going to kick it back off to the Tuskers here. as Dean Palazzolo and a few others looking to receive it. It's going to be a low kick again to try to not get Palazzolo to get it. As it's going to be Jackson Whipple, I believe. Yeah, it's Jackson Whipple. Good to see he's back in the game, who winds up with it. And Toscos will be starting as he is down around the 43. That will be where they're starting as. Out comes the offense.
Yeah, the Tuskers are going to make their way out onto the field. Can they take the lead or at least tie this game up with the missed extra point? Like I keep saying, at the end of the second quarter, we would have a tie game right here, 20-20, but that missed field goal makes it 17-20 game. And the missed extra point, also by Rye earlier. But Iglesias and his offense back out there. It's going to be, we're going to get a timeout here or a flag. It's going to be a flag, I think.
Yeah, and let's see. The flag does come on out, and let's see what the call is going to be on.
False start on the offense.
Yeah, it's on Somers there, and yeah, let's take a look at this again. Movement now. Palazzolo looks like they may call it on him as false start, but not sure what they call there, but it's going to push the Toscos back with 3:48 left in this one in the third quarter. Toscos going to line back up now. Back in shotgun. It's going to be fake handoff as it's going to be Iglesias who keeps it, taking it, and Vi gives them pressure there, and the Garnets push Iglesias down, able to gain 4 yards after that, but that is not even close to get a first down there.
Yeah, Iglesias keeps it himself. He's going to get met by the Garnets' defensive line. They come up and they get him. They get their hands on him, and that's going to be a stop. I mean, the Somers have struggled with their offense. It's so on and off. And with the Rise offense, who have been unstoppable in this quarter, this is not something they want to do. Is get backed up and make their first downs long and hard to get. Let's see what they could do. Iglesias hands it off. And it's going to be a rush that gets about 3 yards there on the carry. That is number 23 for the Tuskers. That is going to be...
Yeah, 23. That is going to... Yeah, that is...
Luke.
That's going to be Luke Valencia there. In as the RB there. As it's going to be third down now as Iglesias comes back out here. And yeah, just look who else we got. Yeah, Jerron Faulkner out there on the line. RJ Peterson out on the line. 2 key players for the Toscos on the line there. As movement for Palazzolo. Fake handoff as now Iglesias scrambling. He's going to be pushed back there as he able to get a couple of yards there, and it looks like a jump or something. We'll see. Let's just take a look if they're going to show a replay. Yeah, let's see what happened here. Regardless, it's going to be short of the first down still. But yeah, Iglesias pushed back, able to get momentum to gain a few yards there, but still looks like he is short as it's going to be 4th down and 3 yards. But the Tuskers are staying out on offense.
It's going to be a 3 and out. Like Ben said, they are choosing to stay aggressive. They will be going for it. Their season is on the line. It's going to be Iglesias keeping it himself, and he's going to get stuffed by the Garnets. And this is going to be Mark Shirley.
Yeah, and that...
It's going to be a turnover on down.
This would be a big break for the Garnets here, as they're going to be denied that first down for the Tuskers, and this Garnets team on fire right now, as the Garnets will be taking over out here on offense. Wow. How about this Garnets team, Kevin?
Yeah, they have come to play in this third quarter.
Yeah, for sure. But out comes the Garnets now as Miller. And let's see if we get a few big plays to Shoemaker here. But the Somers defense has to step up. We need a pick six. We need something big for the Somers defense as Miller back out, being pressured as he's going to be pressured out of bounds there. Oh, out in the 45. And Somers defense giving great pressure there.
Yeah, great stop a great tackle by the Tuskers. But can they get a stop on third down? They have given up some big third downs. We've seen that 3rd and 30 that went to Shoemaker. So they need to get a stop on each down, or else they got to get themselves off the field.
But it's going to be second, and I believe it's still at about the 10 there as, yeah, it's going to be second and 14 for the Garnets here now as Tuskers defense, they got to get another big stop right here, just like what Kevin just said. But yeah, Miller back out to throw, goes up, and it will be caught.
It's a first down.
What a catch there, and that's caught by number 7, J.P. Tracy. The Garnets are trying to end the 4-year streak of Somers winning the Section 1 Class A championship, as Somers is trying to make it 5. But the Garnets are trying to deny it, as they're hungry and they want to win the Section 1 championship this season. It has been a long road for them. Yes, they won Class B in 2023, but it's not Class A. It's not the top, and not against Somers. They want this. As Miller goes back out to throw, as he's going to be pressured down. Hurley with the catch there, and it's going to be a gain of a few yards after that.
Yeah, what I've noticed is the Tuskers have given up some big third downs, and they've given up some big plays when they need to stop the most. That's not something they want to see if they want to win this game. You got to get off the field. And them giving up these big plays to Tracy and Shoemaker, that's not what they want if they want to win this game. It's a close game. They still can get in this game, but that is going to be against them. If they keep giving up these big plays, they won't win this game.
Yeah, but we got a packed house at Maya Pack tonight. Stands are full, and yeah, this was a game. This is a top game in New York, as 2 top teams in New York battle out tonight, and yeah, as there's going to be a timeout called with 32 seconds left in the third. Not see who called it there, but big packed game in Maya Pack tonight, and this game, damn, the Garnets are playing them good, and it may not be the Tuskers' year, but the Tuskers are never out of it till the clock says 0, so you shouldn't give up yet. But right now, the Garnets do have control of this one, and it's going to be a tough one for the Tuskers, especially if the Garnets continue playing how they're playing right now.
Miller, with time, looks downfield, and he's going to get caught. That's going to be Shoemaker. With his second touchdown of the day, this duo is unstoppable.
Shoemaker gets it on in. Another one for the Garnets, as the Garnets put up 26 on this amazing Tuskers defense. And now it's a 9-point game. Again, look at Miller. Shoemaker goes the route up the middle and goes on in. And the Garnets continue to stomp all over the Tuskers, as Shoemaker gets it in for the 6th, as he's on for the 7th. As Shoemaker's kick is going to be blocked, and they are only going to get 6 points, not 7, as Shoemaker, his kick, second blocked kick after getting a touchdown tonight, and it is going to remain a 26-17 game. But what a play by this Garnets offense. They still have control after that. And Somers, you're down 9. You're in unfamiliar territory at this point of the game. Heading into the 4th quarter, you're down by 9. DiMatteo needs to coach up this. He's gonna need to show up, coach up this Tuskers offense with a game plan, and yeah, they gotta figure this out. But DiMatteo, if anyone, will be able to coach up this Tuskers squad. And let's see what they have as we're about to get started at the 4th quarter. We've got 12 seconds left in the 3rd. Probably won't see much here, but yeah, just take a look at that. Shoemaker taking it to the house. And
Shoemaker's a college football player.
Yeah, he is. But blocked extra point. But Shoemaker, he has so much talent. What a night Shoemaker has had. And yeah, with that, it's going to be Shoemaker kicking it off. So a 26-17 game now. 12 seconds left in the third. As
It's going to be a low kick. It's going to be taken out by the Tuskers.
and he'll be down short of the 30 as out comes the Tuskers. 7 to 6 seconds left in the third, and yeah, let's see. It's probably just gonna let the clock tick down 7, 6, and so forth. But as we go into the fourth quarter, what are they gonna be able to get done here? As yeah, but right now, yeah, the 6-7 counter is beating the Tuskers. And another, I'm sorry, that gets off. But yeah, anyway, yeah, the Tuskers need to get a big play here as they are back out, and let's see what they got up their sleeves. 7 seconds left. They gotta do something big to get back in this one. As this ball is gonna be tipped, Iglesias throws. The ball is tipped with 3 seconds left, and the clock goes down to 2. As they look to have one more play left in this quarter. So it was a fake handoff, and as Iglesias threw, it was tipped. That is number 24 to tip it there for the Garnets of Nico Stanaki. So with 2 seconds left in the third, let's see what Iglesias and this Tuskers offense has.
Yeah, 3 receivers lined out to the right. Can Iglesias and his offense do something? It's going to be a handoff to the running back, and that's going to get about 2 yards. They're sticking to running the ball, but they're down 9 points now, and we are headed to the fourth quarter. This fourth quarter is where the game will obviously come down to. There's going to be 12 minutes, and we will have a champion. The Rye Garnets are leading heading into the fourth quarter. Could we see a comeback by the Somers? They are down 9 points.
Yeah, Kevin. Tuskers down by 9. What a fourth quarter we're set up for, and what do you think is going to happen?
I think Rye might run away with it, sadly.
Yeah, I hate to say it. And
Their offense is unstoppable in the second half. They scored, 3 touchdowns in the third quarter?
Yeah, I hate to say it, and if Somers does win, or maybe if they're watching us on the sideline, show this to them. Give this them momentum, because if this Somers team, I'm going to have to say why right now, because show them this, of me saying this, because this will give them momentum to win. But yeah, why is just playing too good right now, and the Somers squad needs to figure it out. They got to shut out Why, and they got to pull up big here, and right now it's not looking good for Somers, and it is looking like their 3-year state champion streak and 4-year Section 1 championship streak may come to an end.
Somers' season is on the line. The fourth quarter is underway. Iglesias looks downfield and he finds his receiver, and it's going to be incomplete.
Oh my gosh, was that a fumble?
Are they ruling that a fumble?
They made this. It looks like they're gonna rule it incomplete. The Y is celebrating. Hold on, yeah, they're celebrating. They may have gotten the fumble. Damn! Wow.
Yeah. In the NFL, this might be under review because you have to make a receiver move.
He got it.
Yeah.
And he lost it. That's a fumble, folks. And that may do it, folks. I wanted to see them back in the booth this year, but unfortunately, it looks like the Tuskers are gonna fall short as the Garnets scoring a touchdown here. It looks like they're gonna be pulling away. Yeah, we still got 11:50 left, but it is looking
empty
good
backfield for Miller. Miller with a low snap. Miller with time. He moves out to his right and he's gonna throw it out of bounds. That's gonna be 2nd and 10 coming up after that fumble. That's not how you want to start the fourth quarter. Get a little bit of time to think. In the first play out of the quarter, you fumble the ball. That is not what the Tuskers needed. And they are down 9 points. They definitely can get back in this game with their defense, but they have been playing so awful. They've given up 3 touchdowns in the third quarter. That is not like the Somers.
Yeah, it's been, besides that, prep game in week 1, this is a rough performance for Somers, especially the second half. They're not playing so good right now. They need to step it up. As
Miller's going to roll out to the left. Finds his receiver who is wide open, and he's going to take that close to the first down. They're going to mark it at the first down. The referee saying he got the first down. I don't know if he got it, but they're going to give it to him. That's going to be a first down. That's number 24 for the Garnets. That is going to be...
So, yeah, Miller goes back out to find Stananti. I don't know how to
Miguel
pronounce it.
Strazzani.
Strazzanti, I think it is. But
Yeah,
what a catch.
Trezzini.
Stracchini, I don't know. But,
Fettuccine.
yeah, but it's going to be fourth quarter, 11:32 left in this one as Garnet's line back up now at the 20. It's going to be a handoff. That's going to be taken and out of bounds. But it's going to gain about 5 yards there as it's going to move the Garnets up 5.
The Somers want to come back in this game. They need to get a stop desperately. This defense has been playing so badly. 3 touchdowns. They're about to give up their 4th in the second half. That's unlike what they did in that first half. They shut them out. They held them to 7 points. And now...
It was actually 6, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, 6. They missed the extra.
Yeah. But anyway, it's going to be second down and 6-7 to go as it's going to be Miller handoff. He's going to keep it. Fake handoff there as Miller is going to take it, and that's going to be a touchdown. Your Garnets, the Garnets, get it on in as Y is going to take a 32-17 lead. Miller able to take it all the way in. This is a big touchdown for the Garnets. Now, giving the Garnets big control of this game, as that's going to make it a 15-point game. With an extra point, it'll be a 16-point game, and it is looking more and more like it may be
4 total touchdowns for Miller.
That the 4-year Section 1 championships for the Tuskers may come to an end. Shoemaker's kick is up. That will be good. So your score is going to be 33 now, 33-17, as the Tuskers. It's not looking good, but you got DiMatteo that coach. You got that great Tuskers coaching staff. They're not out of it till that clock says 0, and they can make a comeback. You can't count it off. You get two two-point conversions and 2 touchdowns. You're back in this thing. This defense, though, has to really step up and get some big plays as well. If we can get some explosive plays down to Dean Palazzolo, get this offense down fast. Also put Cameron Violante in there. We can see some explosive ones by Iglesias. They could get back in this game, but if they do that, their defense needs to step up. We need to get some picks. We could see some picks from Brett Kennedy, a player just sticks out. Obviously, Tuskers defense did lose a lot of players from last year, but they have still been solid and turned into a solid defense this year. As let's see if they're able to do it again here. But in this game, this second half, this defense, they've let up 4 touchdowns. It's been rough, but let's see what they'll be able to do, and if they can step it up here, as they are gonna kick it on off, and the Tuskers are gonna be pressured on back. As out comes the Tuskers, and they gotta score here, Kevin, don't you think?
Yeah, of course. We have 10 minutes remaining. They need still a 2-possession game, 2 touchdown, 2-point conversions, or at least 1 2-point conversion and a touchdown, and they tie it up. But this Somers defense, 4 touchdowns given up in this second half. That's just so bad. You could not give up 4 touchdowns. That's 28 points that they've given up.
Yeah, and this looking to turn into a stunner, but Iglesias, they still got time, trying to escape, and it's gonna be incomplete. Wow, that's the Tuskers need to get down fast, and this is right, pressuring Iglesias there, not allowing him to get anywhere. This is why Scott playing phenomenal right now, trying to win, trying to get revenge for the sweep a year ago. For football and lacrosse, getting the Section 1 championships over Y.
if they want to come back, it's going to come down to this drive, I think, because there's not that much time left. Iglesias is going to keep it himself. He's going to keep the run. He's going to get the first down and more. That's a great way to start this drive. Iglesias takes it himself, and it's going to move the chains.
Yeah, what a one by Twisted. I almost said Miguel Iglesias there. That's his older brother now in Notre Dame playing lacrosse. And yeah, what a one by Tristan Iglesias. Gets the first down, some more able to fight for some more yardage there at the end. And yeah, Tristan Iglesias keeping the Tuskers season alive here with that one. As Iglesias back out to throw. Goes back, and it's going to be short there. Short pass, actually attempted for Jimenez, and that winds up being incomplete.
2nd and 10 coming up for the Tuskers. Under 10 minutes to go until we crown a champion. Will it be Rye? It's looking like it. They lead by 15 points, and it's been all Garnets in the second half. But do the Somers have any more fight left in them? We will find out. Iglesias going to keep it himself again, and he's going to get stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be a gain of maybe 1.
Yeah, the Garnet's not allowing Iglesias to go anywhere there, giving him heavy pressure, and yeah, that is going to push them on back, making it a 3rd down.
Yeah. I would like to see maybe the Somers try to throw the ball a little bit, but they try to just keep it through the ground. But maybe they go for it. Maybe they ran it because they want to go for it on 4th down. We'll find out right here. But Iglesias will drop back with pressure in his face. He goes deep, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended for number 30.
Dean Palazzolo. And that they needed that.
And they will stick. They will go for it, and they're going to stick their offense out while they're on the field.
Yeah, obviously they got to go for it here. It's 4th down, and yeah, you're down by 16 points. Yeah, it's if you don't get this here, the game's over. If you punt it away, that'd just be stupid. But yeah, line them back up here. Got 25 out there for the Tuskers. As Iglesias goes back out, tries to run, and folks, that may do it, as it's going to be a turnover on downs. Wow.
Rye will get the ball back, and there was just nothing open. Rye sends a blitz. Iglesias steps up, and he's just going to get sacked by number 12 for the Garnets. That's Charlie Garnet.
Yeah, and as Miller comes out, 4 years in a row for the Dome, 3 championship wins in a row for the Tuskers. Of course, the past 4 years go into the Syracuse Dome. It looks like that's going to come to an end this year, as the Garnets are looking to win the section, as it's going to be hand off to, got to see who got it there, but it's going to be a handoff, and Garnets are forced down. But 2nd down, the clock continues to run. Obviously, the Tuskers still have a chance, but it's the chance getting lower and lower with 8 minutes left, just a little over 8 minutes.
The Garnets are going to choose to run the ball and run the clock, knowing that they're up big in this one. They need their goal right now is to drain that clock, and that clock is starting to drain. There's going to be limited time for the Somers when they get the ball back, and they need a stop here. They desperately need a stop.
It's going to be handoff there.
Miller's going to keep it.
Miller had us all tricked up there, as he's going to want it. He gets another 1st down. That may seal it for the Garnets, if it wasn't already sealed.
It's going to waste more time. Miller, he's done it all. He's had 4 touchdowns, an interception. He's done it all.
Yeah, what a one there. And the clock continues to tick down as later in the 4th. And Miller, Shoemaker, we'll just get to it now. Those are the two key players of the game. Really stuck out, really showed up for this Rise squad, and at the end of the day, they're big key reasons why they were able to get it done. The Garnets were able to get it done. That's going to be a one there. That is, it's number 12 there again of Garnet as handoff to Garnet. They are able to run and taken down just short of the first down. But still, Garnet's trying to add more points onto the board here. At the Tuskers, they're not looking like themselves. They do not allow this many points in a game, let alone a half here. As 33 on the scoreboard against them, an unusual number. And I don't think they've allowed a team to score that many points in a long time besides Iona Prep.
Miller gonna keep it himself again. He's gonna pick up the first down. He's gonna move the chains, and the Garnet's looking to score more points.
Yeah, and the Garnets, they have shown that what a season they have had. Undefeated from the beginning. Played so many good teams, and Iona Prep played Somers week 1. Destroyed them. I want to see next year this Rye Iona Prep game. That would be good if those two took on each other at Albany, and then we could really see, though, with Shoemaker and Miller moving on. Maybe we may see similar thing than Somers with maybe a hard start, but at the same time, it would be interesting to see how this Rye squad does against Iona Prep as Miller goes back out, keeps it rolling, goes to the 10, and down around the 5. Jerron Faulkner able to take him down with the feet, trips him up there, and that is going to be our first down with 6:05, just 2 seconds after 6:07 left in this one. So what a one by Karsten Miller there, as TV now frozen up, but now we're back as Miller gonna try to probably want it in here, or we may see a thrown touchdown. They could try anything. They got a 16-point lead. The game is basically over here for the Garnets as Miller back out. He's gonna keep it, and he's gonna be pushed down. And how the Garnets have played in the second half reminds me of how the Tuskers played in the second half last year in the Section 1 championship. The Garnets were up 14-7 at halftime in a low-scoring first half. In the second half, we saw the Tuskers go on to score 28 unanswered points for the Garnets, got 7 more at the end. We're already seeing 4 touchdowns for the Garnets and 1 for the Tuskers. So we're seeing the Garnets do what the Tuskers did a year ago in this one, and the Garnets are trying to add on more here as they're going down the field. Lining back up now as we've got the Garnets back out there. Miller hands it back off, and it's going to go to that's number 12, and it's going to be a touchdown. The Garnets are about to score 40 on the Tuskers. What a second half they have had. That is going to be, is that Garnet? Well, that may be Henry Shoemaker there, but regardless, that's number 12 in for the touchdown. Wow.
Oh wait, I put 30 down. Wait.
Yeah, it is 30 down. Yeah, they got Shoemaker's got to kick the extra point, but what? Wow. The Garnets continue their route on the Tuskers. Shoemaker's kick is good, and they're gonna put up the big 40 on the Tuskers. It's a 23-point lead now for the Garnets, and that will do it. I hate to say it, but what a season this Tusker squad has had from beginning to end. Iona Prep, that was a rough start in week 1, and that dragged them down at the start of the season. You saw that performance following up against Rye, though. Now, maybe it didn't affect them that much, because you see how good this Rye squad is. But this Rye squad, from the beginning of the season, they've been playing phenomenal. No reason why they're ranked as like a top 5 team in the state. Somers, however, pushed down to 11 from second ranked team in the state. So it's been a rough year for Somers, but Somers has a lot of great players coming up, and it's going to be exciting to see how they do next year in the future. Next year, I think they got a very good chance to go to the state championship game. You got Glacius coming back. You got Cameron Violante coming back. Palazzolo will be a big loss as he goes on to Air Force. But he's going to do great things at Air Force, and I think we're going to see him in the NFL someday. And what a career Dean Palazzolo has had at Somers, and yeah, he will be missed for sure. But we still got lacrosse season. Yeah, Dylan Jimenez as well, another key player. And we're going to see R.J. Peterson on that line, big player that is going to be missed on that line. So Tuska's going to try to lateral there, takes it through. Dean Palazzolo to the 40, to the 50. Does he go all the way? He's going to be pushed out of bounds around the 44-yard line. But what a run by Dean Palazzolo.
Yeah, Dean Palazzolo, great special teams player. He just takes this across midfield with what he's been doing all day and all season. It's just the Somers can't get anything going on offense, and this one is over, guys.
Yeah,
Somers season is going to come to an end. They had a great season. They made the championship game, but they didn't win it all.
Yeah, so 4:37 left in this one, and yeah, another player Tuskers will miss next year, Juwan Faulkner. That line's going to be interesting, because that line is losing a lot of players as we go into next season. It will be interesting to see how they adjust it. It's going to be thrown to Dean Palazzolo, but he's not going to be able to hold on. It's incomplete. But we saw a similar thing 2 years ago when a lot of the line left, and now we'll see. I'm sure we'll see a ton of players step up. Obviously, Hudson Ruby will be a big player on that line next year, and it'll be interesting to see what changes the Tuskers make in this offseason. After, they are losing some key players, and we'll see how they're going to adjust from this loss as we move on. And we still got lacrosse. Lacrosse could go back-to-back state championships. It's going to be tough because there were so many seniors on that team, but that lacrosse team's going to be good, and the coaches want me to call a couple games when I come back from college. I'm excited for that, as Glacius is going to be pressured there, and that's going to make it a third down. I'll be doing that off Sport Engine. Make sure to follow my social media. I'll put up advertisements for that, but yeah, something to look forward for as well. But fortunately, this Tuskers team going to fall short of winning 4 in a row, and I think the three-peat, that will do it for the three-peat. It's not going to be a four-peat for the Tuskers, unfortunately. But yeah, 4:25 left. Kevin, what are your thoughts on this game as they line up
I
here?
thought the Somers had it. They were winning at halftime. Their defense was playing so good. Offense was playing okay. They weren't doing great, but
Palazzolo gonna go out of bounds. I thought he'd get a big play there.
Yeah. As I was saying, Somers, they were leading at halftime. They got the ball back, and I thought they were gonna maybe start something new, but they go 3 and out, and this has been Miller to Shoemaker, but Miller has 4 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 2 passing, and he has 1 interception. Like, he carried them in this game.
Yeah, but
Like,
now,
Rye has no threat in the rushing game at all. They do not run the ball at all. They only throw the ball. And that's like Somers, the complete opposite. They do not throw the ball that much. They run the ball.
yeah, it's gonna be 4th down now, and with 4:18 left. Yeah, that basically is gonna do it. And yeah, I don't know what got to Somers today, but in this second half, they just weren't able to put the pieces together at defense, allowing a total of, it was a total of 34 points in the second half, and wow. But yeah, 4:18 left in this one. Let's see if the Somers Tuskers have anything to do left in this one. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one as Rye. It's gonna be interesting to see how Rye does in this playoffs, and what is gonna happen to the Tuskers after this? Are they gonna be able to rebound, go back to the championship next year? And how Rye's gonna do as Gavin Kelly tries to throw, And it's going to be caught by, we got a Philly special. Yeah, welcome back. Hopefully it's been recording us, but yeah, there's issues with the stream. The stream's a bit behind. But yeah, score currently 40-17 here in the fourth as yeah, the Garnets looking to get win number 11 as they are just going to run out the clock here now. As going to be handoff there for the Garnets as they're going to be forced down by one there, and they're just going to be running out the clock. But yeah, this Tusker squad is going to just come up short of winning their 5th Section 1 championship in a row. They're not going to four-peat, unfortunately, as time expires. And I guess maybe the luck was me being in that high school. The 4 years I was in that high school, they won the section and they made it to the state championship. Now since they're gone, no, it's not a lie. But I had to say something. It had to be funny. That we got to get some commentary in there late. But yeah, Tuskers, unfortunately, they're gonna fall short here in this one, as gonna be handoff there, and it'll be down with about 4 yards to go. Clock continues to tick, and as we continue to go on to this one, Kevin, what are your final thoughts on this game?
I wish that Somers' offense came to play. Their defense, the first half, they were lights out. Only give up 6 points, and then in the second half, almost how many touchdowns? Like 5 touchdowns. It's insane.
Yeah, but yeah, now 1:30 left in this one as Garnet's line back up as Miller out there. We got number 12 in the backfield as he's got a one there, still in bounds, gets the first down, and
that will do it.
Yeah, that will do it. And yeah, the Garnet's going to score 34 on the Tuskers in a half. That was a rough half for the Tuskers. The roughest half that I've ever seen. But yeah, that will do it. And yeah, but yeah, Kevin, you want to just talk about your thoughts on the game overall? We'll just switch it up here. I'll finish off the scoreboard. As the clock ticks down, folks, and it's unfortunately not meant to be for it to be 5 years straight. As now the clock's going to stop.
Yeah, the clock will be coming down, and the Somers season sadly comes to an end after a long season. They have put in months worth of practices, games, and their season comes to an end. Some of those seniors, they don't have that many seniors, but some of those seniors are big names. And the Garnets continue their season being undefeated, and they will be going to the state playoffs.
Yeah, a big team not in the state playoffs this year, the Somers Tuskers, and it opens it up for so many teams. With the Garnets, obviously, are going to be favored going to the state playoffs, but you guys tune in. I think we may still do the Class A state prediction bracket, not 100%, but we'll see, because yeah, this was a fun game to call. I'm excited. I'll be rooting for this Garnets team because so I think they got potential, and I feel like they are going to win this state championship. But it's a pleasure to be able to call this Somers game this year. Glad I was able to do it for football. Kevin, thank you for joining me, and the Garnets go on out there, as that will do it. They're going to celebrate a huge win, and your Rye Garnets, Somers Tuskers, are going to fall short. The Rye Garnets are going to take it. And yeah, that will do it. But Kevin, what are your final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Carson Miller's really good. 4 touchdowns and an interception. That's all I gotta say. He did it all today, and man, it sucks that the Somers didn't come to play in the second half. Whatever halftime speech they were given, the other coach gave a 30 times better halftime speech because they were losing. They had 6 points at halftime. At the end of this game, when this game is final, they have 40. That just speaks volumes on how this team has came back. But summer season comes to an end. Sad, but that's how it is.
Yeah, we got former Somers head coach and head coach of 2016 Tuskers, who won the state championship. Tony DiMatteo out there. Anthony DiMatteo's father, who coached the Tuskers